Hello everyone. I would like to make a quick announcement in regard of the channel, of my channel that has been hacked, and now it's in the process of, the other one is being reported. So what I would like to tell you is that comment section will be closed for some time, unfortunately, and I know it's important for you guys to interact there and share your opinions and connect with one another, and some even of you built some new friendships there. But what I will be doing now more frequently are lives. So this weekend I will be having live just with me, and then you have the live chat. So some of you can join and you can interact until that issue will be resolved. Unfortunately, I have to close the comment section because that person, actually there were two people, but one hacked the channel, exactly copied the same as I am, and they were responding to your comments. And it's quite annoying, not just for me, but also for you, because you're confused if this is me responding or who is it. So if you could also subscribe to this channel that you see me now and you see the videos, that will prevent from another situation like this as far as being confused. You just see that I have videos on this channel, the other person didn't. So pretty much that's what I would like to say. I have, of course, more guests coming, and I will be posting that soon on the community page, which you can find on the main page of the channel. And yeah, lives. I think I will be doing more lives now so I can interact with you. And also will try to bring certain guests on the live shows as well. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. I really appreciate your watching, and let's wait for my next guest. Thank you. Hello, everyone, again. I have back Patricia Monna. Very happy to see her again. She looks beautiful today in white. So, Patricia,
Thank
how
you.
you've been in this crazy cold weather in Canada?
Oh, it's cold. We had quite the cold snap. I think it reached about minus 32 here the other week. So we just kind of hunker down in place and do what we got to do to stay warm. So yeah, it's not so wonderful here. How is it out there?
Actually, it's not bad here, I have to tell you. So I don't want to tell you because you'll be like, no, no, no. It's it's really good.
You
But
probably have green grass.
yeah, well,
Good.
California. That's the good part of it. So, Patricia, I was thinking what
Beautiful.
to ask you today, and I think what is really the most important right now is how to ground ourselves and how to protect ourselves in this time of very turbulent and aggressive energies around us, directed on us, actually, including the weather conditions. I would like to start with your, in a way, predictions or how you sense the energies for this coming weeks and month of March, especially the closest month. Can you tell me, is there any sense, any feeling that you have about those energies coming around March?
Yeah, so well, I think the pressure has already kind of rolled in since the beginning of the year, and the energy moving forward, it feels very like it's just mounting. It feels like it's coming to a climax probably around June actually. So we're still going through the fire. And so when I look into March, it does feel like it's going to be heavy. So here's the thing, when we're scared of something that we can't see, and we're scared to, even if you notice with people with masks on their face, they're not even making eye contact anymore.
Mhm.
It's the love, the energy around us is shifting big time, because there's a lot of people that are living in fear and have lost their livelihoods or lost loved ones, right?
Yeah.
So that energy, it kind of discharges into our auric field and then out into the collective. And depending on how sensitive you are, if you're an empath and you can feel the energy and emotions of others, it's kind of going to hit you over the head this time. So it is very important to be able to ground and protect yourself. A few of the ways that I do it: I meditate. Meditation will save your sanity. The word mindfulness, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, I have a little saying that kind of sums it up. Depressed people live in the past, Anxious people live in the future. Peaceful people live in the present. So be mindful of being in the now and make the most. Bring in that joy, bring in that happiness, because what we're focusing on expands. And when we're being bombarded with negativity through the news, the TV, just even average conversations now, it's not positive like it used to be. It's a lot more of what's happening right now, which is chaos. And that can stick to us. So the other thing that I'll do when I'm grounding myself is I'll close my eyes and I'll just imagine a beautiful, peaceful, light energy coming down around me. And I'll imagine all the pores on my skin opening up, and I will breathe that light into the center of my being and breathe out all stress from my body. And just even closing my eyes and doing that for 1 second and explaining it, I can feel my energetic shift happening that brings me right into this moment, right into my shoes, and grounds me into the now, because it's fear that's floating in the air. And the thing is that with fear comes a lot of very negative energy. Well, that can lead to intrusive thoughts. And right now, if there's one thing that I've noticed in my practice, is that there seems to be an attack on our consciousness right now, where we are being bombarded with very negative, intrusive thoughts. And it's almost like it's on a feedback loop that you can't get it out of your brain. Well, that's when you got to kind of scan your energy and go, okay, what's outside of me that's influencing this? If this isn't my normal inside voice that I say to myself, where is that coming from? Right? Because the collective is a very powerful energy.
But Patricia, can I say this, because this is so important? You touched on this, very important. There is much more to it than people realize. There is literally a programming of thought forms that is sent. Yeah, well, people, you work in this, you know this. How many people are not aware that literally, like TV does it? That's why I don't own TV. Sends the wavelength, but the consciousness is being bombarded from the space and from underneath the ground by the thought forms, by the frequencies.
Bingo. And the thing is that you got to kind of wonder where this stuff is coming from, because World War III is a spiritual war. When, like I was saying, when we're scared of what we can't see, that's an energy. At least, in World War I and II, they knew what they were scared of. They had guns, they had artillery, pointed at them. Now we're scared of each other. We're scared to hug each other. It's illegal to give a hug right now. Who would have ever thought that we'd live in a day where it'd be illegal to hug someone that's not from your household? Mind-blowing. So this is where I'm saying we need to be consciously aware of what we're being fed. And this is where spiritual discernment comes in. Does it feel right to you? What does your core say? What is your intuition telling you? Because I'm telling you, if it feels off, it is off. There is something off, and you will feel it, because truth is programmed in the center of our being. And it's just, I think we've been out of alignment with it for so long that a lot of people don't even know truth if it hit them over the head, because they've been fed so much BS that it's hard to tell a truth frequency from a low-lying, lie. So.
Yes, absolutely. So, it's so good you said this. So you've mentioned now about June, like a peak will be in June. What was that, Patricia?
I feel it breaking a bit in June, where something is shifting when it comes to global, when it comes to, and it all trickles down, right? Because we are all part of the whole. So what affects the right is going to affect the left. It's just a matter of time. But June, I can feel a different wave of energy coming in, and it doesn't feel bad. It actually feels good. It feels like we might have a bit of a reprieve coming in June.
I like this, and I have a feeling that this is actually when a lot of structures will fall apart, the old structures.
Yeah, I would not doubt it.
I like
We've got, there's programming in each and every one of us, and we know the future. We do. It's in every single one of us. and our body can feel it that split second before it happens, right? We register it because we're all interdimensional. So I think that with the energy that's coming in June, it's a dismantling of old paradigms, and it's embracing this new energy that is of truth, is of light. But I think that the lies and the BS needs to be uncovered before we can move forward. It has to come to light. And I think if people really knew what was going on in governments and all of that, their minds would be blown. It would just seem like a sci-fi thriller, really.
Yes. And that's why what you just said about grounding ourselves and working on our energy to protect, to create this field of protection, like this armor of God in a way, really, from other energies to
and we need to call on our
exactly to not to attack us. It's so crucial. But Patricia, please tell me about crystals, because you know a lot about crystals, and I think crystals are very important now too, and can help us with certain frequencies around us. So you brought some crystals there. Do you want to show us and tell us which crystals you recommend? What are they?
Okay, well, I have my favorite ones that I work with, and usually all the jewelry that I wear raises my vibration. So one of my favorite people in the world is Kate King Jewelry. She's here in Calgary. She has her flagship store here in Calgary, which we're blessed to have her because she's international. Anyway, she makes pieces, jewelry, that when you even put them on your neck, your whole body starts to buzz with them. So I use these as tools. Every single day I use my jewelry as my tools to raise my vibration. Why not, right? They're beautiful anyway.
Beautiful.
So the ones that I'm wearing today, I'm wearing selenite and rose gold hematite. And so hematite helps to ground and protect. It puts almost like a layer of armor all around your auric field. And you can feel it when you put it on. It makes you feel like you're in your shoes. And then selenite, it naturally cleanses your auric field and recharges it, brings it back up in a very peaceful, soft, loving manner. I love selenite. I have it everywhere. I even have it. I don't know if you can see the big chunk that's under my chair.
I have it here. I love it because it's like
I got it under everything.
Yeah, I agree. It's such a good crystal. It protects from the negative, and it creates like very creative space.
Yes, and it's got that loving angelic feel to it. It's a very soft crystal. It's not, hard and punchy, but hematite is like selenite is the soft and let me heal you and raise your vibration. And then of course we need tourmaline. Tourmaline is another one that's excellent for grounding and protecting. It will definitely keep you in your shoes. And then we've got rose quartz. We always need rose quartz. Rose quartz is all about love, the vibration of hope and peace and just love. It when you wear rose quartz, you'll feel that soft vibration go through you. I've got a bunch here. Howlite. Howlite is excellent for anxiety, depression, PTSD.
What's the name of Patricia? What's the name?
Howlite.
Highlight. Okay.
HOWL. Howlite. LITE. It took me a minute. Personally, my favorite stone that I found it in a little gem store in Sedona when I was down there. It's actually called Cavansite. Cavansite is one of the most powerful psychic attuning stones that I've ever come across. And I've got a big collection of it over on a table over here. But when I even touch it, it's the same as Kate King stuff. When I touch it, you can literally feel the fuzzy buzz of energy off of it. And it just goes down your hand. And when you wear this, we'll say you get a piece and you put it in a cage and you wear it around your neck, your whole body starts to buzz with it. Within about an hour to 2 hours, your whole body feels tingly from the inside out. It's really cool. So that one's Cavansite.
Is it like navy blue, Patricia? Is it navy blue?
It's like it's like a beautiful aqua blue. Let me see if I can grab you a different
beautiful color.
Shows it more. Like here's a really
big. Oh wow, I love it. Stunning.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Gorgeous.
Now, You can only get this from the mines in Poon, India. And from what I understand, they've closed the mines. So it's gone up in price. But if you can get your hands on Cavinsite, it's worth its weight in gold. For me anyways, as a psychic, it opens me up and I'm ready to rock and roll.
So when you meditate, Patricia, when you do your meditations, do you hold any crystals in your hands or no?
No, I mean, I'll usually have them around me, and I have held them in my hands to meditate. But when I'm meditating, I'm more concentrating on the energy that I'm bringing in. I'm more concentrating on who's around me when I call in my archangels. So with rocks, they're excellent to help raise your vibration, absolutely. But the most important thing is to call on your angels, call on that higher power, that source energy. And it doesn't matter if you call it God, Buddha, Allah, ultimate energy. It doesn't matter. It's there. It knows its name because it's also a frequency, right? Because when we're out of body, we are pure spirit. We are pure divine inspiration, waiting, to be able to give divine assistance to the people that are in the human form. So it's really easy when you call in your angels to actually feel them and hear the information and the loving energy that they bring in, especially in meditation.
So may I ask you, this last video that you posted on your channel?
Yeah.
There is a voice of an angel, of like a spiritual being that actually
Spirit guide.
you recorded this during
it did. You want to hear it? I have
yes.
it. I have it on my phone.
Yeah,
I can play it for you guys.
So tell me.
Okay, so what happened was about 5 years ago, I was doing a reading with one of my clients and she was recording, and she called me about 2 hours later and says, oh my God, I got a voice of a man in the background, and she's a female. There was no one. Like I have a 2,500 square foot studio and it's soundproof so that we could have meditation music and everything. So there is no way that any guy's voice could have been caught or heard externally. But the coolest thing was I was explaining to her, when it was caught on tape, I was explaining to her about the importance of talking to your spirit guides, talking to your angels. And I was trying to explain to her, like, this stuff is real. It's very real. And we caught it on tape. So here, I'll show you. They'll show you. Hang on, let me let me play this. Okay.
The more you even say to your angels and your guides, okay, I'm ready. Show me what I need to know. I'll show you. That whole ask and ye shall receive stuff, it's very true. Totally true.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, this voice says they show you.
They'll show you. Yeah.
It's actually, I will attach your channel below so people can click on this recording and listen.
Thank
you. Patricia, so from your understanding,
who was that?
So
here's the cool thing. When I'm doing a reading, it's not like I'm hearing a man's voice in my head. It feels like I'm talking to me, just like, oh, I got to go to the store and pick up milk. And your thoughts that you think are yours. Yeah, they're not all yours. That's how I find missing people. And that's how I do readings, is listening to that. So the information was coming in so fast, and I was channeling the information so fast, and I heard it. I heard his words inside of my head, but I paused because I kind of stumbled on my words. And when I paused, he kept talking, but those were the exact words that I heard in my head. And the coolest thing was that when I heard it, I felt it. I knew immediately that he was someone from my soul family. It was like, oh my God, it felt like hearing my dad's voice from beyond the grave, but yet it wasn't my dad's voice. It's not my dad's voice.
Very mature. This voice is very mature. Like a very wise soul.
Yes, totally. And then when I meditated about it, that's when one of my spirit guides stood forward and said, that was me that you caught. And it was like, no way, that's what you sound like in real life. That's pretty neat. Because for me, it just sounds like me. It doesn't sound like some guy's voice in my head.
But isn't it now, tell me, if you think similar way like me, that now actually we, like, the time is shrinking, time is not existing anymore. Like we are manifesting instantly, pretty much.
Yeah.
So those things, like it's actually, there is audio to the thought form. It's like an audio is coming to the thought form.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I'm saying, like, we all have this, and like there is so much that we can catch on tape and have been caught on tape. Even me, there was, I'll show you this one really quick. I do retreats, and there was 5 university kids that were murdered by another university student out here in Calgary. And Zachariah Rathwell, who is the first victim, his dad came to my retreat. And on the Saturday night of my retreat, I tell everyone, okay, we're going to call on we do a big spirit guide meditation where we call in our loved ones, we call in our angels and our spirit guides to work with us. And then after that meditation, I always say to everyone, okay, guys, get out your cameras, because you will be surprised when you got 40 people calling on spirit, they'll show you that they are around. Well, we had just done this meditation, and okay, so that is Zachariah Rathwell. He's the one that unfortunately was murdered. Check this out. Look who's standing in the corner of the room. Oh, I'm gonna have to send it to you. And there was no
way
there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Check it out.
But wait. Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
No one was there. And his dad was sitting right here next to the door. And you can clearly see that's a ghost. That's a picture of a ghost.
Who took this picture? His father?
I'll show you. No, it was just another retreat attendee. So here's the original photo. And she said that she was just taking a photo to see if she could see her aura. Well, look who's standing over there in the corner.
Oh my gosh, Patricia.
Beside her face.
But you know, like I'm shocked. In a way, I'm not shocked, but this is the most clear image.
Because, and just like him, like his curly hair, his forehead, his chin, everything. You can clearly, and then if we were in person, you'd actually be able to see the light that's above his head right here. Where he came in, it looks all like grainy light right above it. But
you know what?
Check that out.
This is amazing, but this actually created a question now. Oh, okay. So good, so good. Okay, so
ask away.
I had this, and I mentioned this before with different guests while back. Anyway, about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I started to have this thing with taking pictures and then being called by my higher self to look at the picture that I took on my phone, only on the phone.
Yeah.
And look at the image and see the shapes of faces of people or energies or creatures, because it was like animals, not animals. And I was actually, so there was the pictures of the land, like in Las Vegas, in Red Rock.
Yeah.
And then, so like the structure of the rocks, and I could see from the structure of the rocks, the faces. And then I could see behind my boyfriend at the time, I could see around his energy, almost like his past life ghosts.
Well, you know what's interesting is that when spirit comes in, whether it's on film or whether you're seeing it with your own eyes, because I've actually seen this before, where when they enter you, because they can, and that's a thing, it actually looks like a Snapchat filter coming down over the person's face or over their energy. It looks like a superimposed energy over top of it. And I truly believe that it's because cameras can see interdimensionally that we can't, right? Yeah. We only can see so much with our rods and cones in our eyes. It's not like I can see all the waves, radio waves that make this phone turn on, but I know if I pay my bill, I can call China and go talk to someone in China. Right? So just because we can't see it,
better.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? It's we can't see it. So that's my point, is just because we can't see spirit doesn't mean it's not there. It does not mean it. And I think that under certain there's a lot of different factors that played into that, because when I meditated on that to find out, okay, Zachariah Rathwell, how did you do that? How did you come through so clear with your hair and your face? And it almost looks like he's even wearing the same shirt.
Yes.
And what I heard was it's a combination of frequencies and energy. So one thing that I noticed at that retreat that I found very interesting is that literally 20 people were Reiki masters. 20 people didn't know anything about Reiki. So it was really weird how we had the 50-50 yin and yang energy. And I do believe that that creates a vortex where spirit can come through, you know, and when we're all breathing in alignment and asking for our loved ones to come through in spirit, I'm telling you, that boy filled up the room. He was a musician. Zachariah and the Prophets were his band here in Calgary. He was quite well known throughout Calgary. And so I believe it was that big energy, you know, as well as that combination of, you know, Reiki masters to non-Reiki masters that created that energetic field for him to be able to be picked up, because we felt it. Everybody felt the room shift when
very powerful, very powerful.
Yeah.
So do you think, Patricia, that like those very soft shape forms that I saw, like literally images, they were in a way because let's say let's just talk about particular person. Like if I have a picture of a man, okay, that I used to date, and then around him I see certain beings. Some are good, some are not. Does it mean, Patricia, that they represent the essence of him?
No, I don't think so. I think it represents what he's attracted in that time period in his life, right? Because so it was where he was at in his life, because we do all have a grid that holds the information of us, and what we're going through changes our energy constantly, and it also changes our guides. I don't know if people realize this or not, but you know, some of the spirit guides that walked with me when I was a child, they've kind of stepped back, new ones have come in, and it's almost like if you think of spirit guides or spirit as having different specialties, right? Like Archangel Raphael is all about healing, Archangel Michael is all about protection. Well, there is a lot of different entities out there, good, bad, ugly, all of it, but it's a frequency. And because our frequency is constantly changing, it's almost like the field around us will be changing as well, including what we're attracting to us, right? So I personally think that what you caught was who was walking with him in that moment in time.
Very,
because we can shake off
very messed up.
It is. But I mean, if you think about it, we can shake off our demons when we rise above. So just because they were walking with him in that moment doesn't mean that he couldn't shake them off later and raise his vibration, right? But yeah, I think that even where you are, like where that picture was taken, it could have been a vortex. It could have been a portal where these things were coming through and your picture caught them around him. So I don't necessarily think that they were related to his soul signature. I think it was what was around him that he either attracted at that time in his life or else because of the area that you were in.
Interesting. Thank you so much for clarifying this. And you know, it just came to me. This is what animals sense. This is what dogs sense. When they sense, they sense,
For sure.
they sense this aura.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
100%.
Patricia, this is so great you said about your guides, like how they change and in a way evolve through your life journey. So you know what I want to ask you about this, because it just came to my mind. So let's say we want to experience something in our life, like manifest something, right? Don't you think this is actually invitation for like a different group of angelic support to come, right?
Absolutely. And the thing is that where we put our focus expands. So if we go into that deep state of meditation, we can ask for the angels of abundance to surround us. We can get particular. We can ask for the angels that remove the obstacles to abundance. it really is. The spirit realm is one whisper away. It is a heck of a lot closer than we think. It's just, I think that in this world, you know, with TV and we're programmed to listen to everything, including Dr. Phil, but ourselves, right? I think that we need to get back to our truth, because that is what strengthens that connection to spirit.
Direct, exactly like you're saying, direct. And you know, Patricia, I had another guest, very special lady, and she was abducted by aliens, and then she was rescued by a different group of aliens. But when I asked her about angels, because I love angels, I have this connection with, like, I just love angels. And she said to me, actually, even before we were recording the interview, she said, you know, angels are like the closest earthy helpers, benevolent energies. And to me, that's actually how I feel. And I see you doing this work like that too, like, because they are literally, I feel like they are the closest to us, to help us through this period right now, especially, not to lose the mind, you know, not to give up, but just to really ground ourselves and see the things, what we can appreciate in life, what we can be grateful for. And what we can share, like you share your knowledge with people now and you helping others. And actually, I want to ask you, that course that you were doing, are you still doing this course? You still have some places open?
I am, yes, but we've already done the first, I have a 4-part series called Quantum Psychic, Decoding the Matrix. It did start this past Wednesday. I'm not sure if you guys want to jump in on it, just send me an email, because I don't think it's showing up on my website anymore.
Okay.
But I can manually put you in and then send you the recording from Wednesdays to catch you up. Because yeah, it's an awesome course. It is. I had 130 people online joining us.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
it was awesome.
So do you think you will go on with this, Patricia? Like there will be more courses like this?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I have been teaching online for the whole pandemic, but I didn't make them public. I didn't post them. So yeah, I just need to post some more of my classes. Yes. And I have to learn how to do YouTube Live so that I can do it.
YouTube Live is the best. Maybe we can do one YouTube Live together, and then we can post the link directly, and then people can, yeah, we can do this, absolutely. Just let me know. So
awesome.
You can click, and then you will have questions from it's so amazing because it's real, like a real time.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Okay, let's plan for that then. I would love that.
Thank you, Patricia, so much for today. Is there anything else you want to say before we finish for today?
Yes, watch your thoughts. Make sure that they are staying in the highest vibration that you can, even right down to the music that you're listening to. Guard your consciousness, you guys, because the energy out there is thick with heaviness and intrusive thoughts. You're going to notice they're going to get in there. So get them out, bring in that light, find your center, plug in, and get ready for June, for what's to come.
The best is yet to come.
It is. Absolutely, it is. The second half of the year gets better.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I will attach all the links below. And then very soon we might have live with Patricia. So everyone stay tuned.